guys, welcome to day 4 of navigating the foundations of yoga. Hopefully you are becoming familiar with linking your breath to your movement and maybe shutting off your mind a little bit while you're on your mat and finding some peace of mind and maybe entering your day with a little bit more clarity or ending your day with a little more peace. So today we are going to continue on to the flow. So adding 2 poses, chair and warrior 1, so that we can get into our sun B pose. Megan is going to stay on a kitchen chair for the entirety of the practice. So if you are feeling called to sit on a folding chair or a kitchen chair, something that you can, it just has a back and you can kind of swivel around on it. That's great. Pull up a chair, and I'm going to be standing and doing the full postures of each pose. So let's get started in a seat. Take a seat on your chair or on your mat, wherever you are. We'll run through Asana just to get our bodies warmed up and then introduce those new poses. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhaling again through the nose. And this time on your exhale, keep your lips gently pressed together. Find that slight constriction in the back of your throat and exhale through the nose. Keep this Ujjayi breath moving through your body. Maybe lengthening each inhale and trying to match the length of the exhale to your inhale. Today I'll incorporate a little bit of counting with our breath. So take a deep inhale and open your mouth, get completely empty. This time inhale through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale from your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. One last time. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time take in one more sip of air. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And keep moving through your breath. Feel your body melting into your chair or your mat. Allowing gravity to take its natural toll on your body, softening, surrendering. Let's take one clearing breath in together. Open your mouth, make some noise. Exhale. One last time, let's do that again. Inhale together. And this time, sigh it out. Let the sound that you make massage your body from the inside out. And gently open your eyes. And make your way into table. If you're on your chair, you can just stay there. We're slowly gonna make our way onto our feet. So climb your feet underneath you, and then just make your way, roll yourself up to standing, and we'll find mountain pose to start. So again, lifting all 10 toes, firing up the feet, the arches of the feet, press into the balls and the heels. On your inhale, reach your arms up over your head, tuck in your ribs, engage the core, and exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Again, inhale, reach up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands through heart center. One last time, inhale, Reach up, reach through your arms and your fingers. This time, bend your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here for a moment, maybe splitting the heels apart a little bit more. Maybe taking blocks underneath your hands or some books. Let your head drop heavy. Sway side to side if that feels good. A big enough bend in your knees so that you can allow the spine to find a release here. And then when you're ready, release any bind you might have with your arms. Heel toe your feet to hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your shins. Bow forward, exhale. Let's do it again. Halfway lift, take a huge breath in. Bow forward. One last time. Halfway lift, pull the shoulder blades back. Bow forward, let your head hang. Bend your knees, rise up tall as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. This time, halfway lift, get long through the crown of your head. Step back, high plank. On your inhale, shift forward onto your toes. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Take the modification if you need it. Upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale, pull the hips up and back. Maybe pedal out your heels here. Sometimes I like to take the hips side to side. Bart likes my ponytails. On your inhale, look up at your hands, rise onto your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, and walk to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fresh new breath here. Bow forward, exhale. Rise up tall, reach up. Bow forward, let's do that one more time. Halfway lift, flatten your back. Chaturanga, step back through your high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog, flip the toes, pull the hips up and back. Let's take a few rounds of breath right here. Inhale, nice firm belly. Exhale. Another breath in. Exhale. One last inhale here. And let it go. Inhale high onto the tiptoes. Bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Bow and exhale. Bend your knees, rise up tall, reach up. And bring your hands to the center. Nice job, yogis. All right, so now we're just gonna break down one of the first poses in our Sun B, which is chair. So Megan's gonna take a seat on the chair, and I'm gonna explain something with the core and the back. So once we get into these poses that we really have to use a lot of our muscles in our legs, we tend to drop the pelvic floor forward and have this anterior rotation of our hips, which makes this big dip in our back, which is going to hurt our backs. So if you have low back problems, it's going to make it even worse. So we want to try to bring a familiarity with engaging the core and tilting the hips up towards the low ribs. So I'm going to turn to the side and Megan's at the side. What we're going to do is we're just going to start normal. Take your normal stance, which might have a little curve in the back. That's okay. Bring your pointer finger to your hips and your thumb to your ribs. And now try to pick up your hips and bring them up to your low ribs. Nice. Release that. And do it again. Exhale as you crunch up, taking the tailbone down towards the heels. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do it one more time. Take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze and contract. 5, 4, press your heels down. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. Maybe take a few rounds to round the spine forward and back or side to side. Just move your body, whatever it craves here. Perfect. All right, let's get into chair. So if you're already seated, you're in chair, congratulations. But if not, we are going to take the block. We're both going to take blocks, and we can use our squishy blocks. So find a book or your block, and we're going to take it right in between our thighs. Whatever feels most comfortable, if that's lengthwise or not, go ahead and take that. So then take your feet hip width distance apart from there and squeeze your block like it really just ticked you off. Like you're so angry at this block. Once you squeeze your block, feel how that kind of ignites the muscles in your pelvic floor and your lower abdomen. That's perfect. That's what we want to feel while we're in the full expression of this pose. So from here, I'm going to turn sideways. Take your fingers back to your hips and your ribs. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, contract your core. Bring those hips up towards your ribs. Squeeze your block. You should feel really powerful right now. Now from here, we're just going to raise our arms up over our head. Nice. Keep squeezing the block. Keep engaging the core. Now, just gaze up at your hands. See if your palms are facing towards the front of your mat. What we want to do is rotate internally from the upper arm bones. So our pinkies are going to spin in towards our face and in towards one another. This is going to give us the leverage to pull our upper arms back towards our ears. Now bring that awareness back to your hips. Keep squeezing the core. Hips are coming up towards the low ribs and squeeze your block. This should be pretty hard. Nice. From here, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, if you're standing like I am, we're gonna bend our knees while we squeeze the block and take the hips back towards the back of your mat. And start to bend and squat into this chair position. Now, from here, once we get here, it's going to be really hard not to have that anterior tilt on our hips. So let's bring our hands down to our heart. Pick up your ribs or your hips towards your ribs. So we've got this nice flat low back here. From here, squeeze your block and maybe pick up all 10 of your toes. Feel the arches in your feet firing. And just look down and make sure you can see your toes. You don't want your knees over top of your toes, but behind them. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, press through your feet to stand, or just come back out of your chair. If you like the block in between your legs, and that helps you fire the muscles of your core and of your thighs, that's great, keep it there. If not, go ahead and remove it, and let's feel it without the block. So we're gonna inhale, reach up over our head, and right away bring your hands through heart center. From here, pick up your hips towards your low ribs. Inhale to puff your chest up just a little, and exhale, slide your hips down and back. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes now too. Take a deep breath in, exhale. One more breath here. Press through the feet, stand up nice and tall. Nice job, guys. Awesome. So let's run through a few variations on the chair. If you want to start building a little bit more momentum, if you can't get up off of the chair right away and you can't hold chair pose without an actual chair, then we can do a couple of drills to get you moving and starting that chair pose. Awesome. So from here, you're gonna press your feet down into the floor. Pick up all 10 of your toes. Squeeze your knees and your thighs in towards one another. Bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Now you're just gonna gently rock the top of your back your chest forward. Press down into your heels and see if you can bring your butt to a hover right off the chair. Nice. And then go ahead and sit back down. So very controlled movements. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come forward. See if you can bring it to a hover. It's a little bit challenging. You might have to take your feet forward just a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come to a hover. Inhale, sit back down. Exhale to a hover. One more time. Inhale, sit back down. Exhale, hover. Let's try to stay here for 3, 2, 1, and come down. Nice job. All right, shake it out. Give your thighs a little shake. Let's run through one sun A with a chair pose. All right, so make your way onto your feet if you'd like, or sitting down, whatever feels best to you. Inhale, reach up over your head. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Chaturanga, step back, high plank to low. Upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right away, inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees, look forward and get empty. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fresh new breath in. Bow forward, exhale. This time, bend your knees, rise up tall. Listen, sink into chair. Send your hips back as you bend your knees. Right away, maybe bring those hands to your hips and make sure you're squeezing your core, finding that nice flat back for yourself. Squeeze your thighs, your knees, your glutes, and maybe take your gaze up right in front of you. If you can, lift your arms up, take a big breath in, and bow forward. Bend your knees, let your head hang heavy. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, rise up top. And bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Now Megan's gonna take us through Warrior One.
Warrior One, another very strong, powerful pose. And in order to start that, we are going to, if you're standing, we're gonna take our feet a little bit, about a couple feet apart from each other. They do not have to be as if you're on a balance beam. Find a steady, sturdy, comfortable place that you feel strong in. Front foot facing forward. Hip bones, like headlights, facing the front of your room. Keeping that knee aimed towards those middle, second, and third toes. Checking in to see if you're starting to wiggle wobble on either side. And maybe trying to firm up. Come strong here. Noticing that back foot. It doesn't have to be a complete 90-degree angle. In fact, you're probably going to end up opening those hips a little bit more if you do that. Bring it in closer to a 45-degree angle, keeping those hips forward, hands here to start. Slightly tucking those hip bones under so you're not arching through that low back anymore. Tuck them under, engage that rib to hip action. And then on an inhale, bring those arms nice and tall, turning those pinky fingers in, creating a nice strong line all the way up. So your balance is pretty well evenly distributed over your base. If this is not happening today, no worries, we've got you with the chair. So come to sit nice and comfortably. Kate can stay there, or depends on how much she wants to work those thighs. Turning to face the side, you can take your foot onto the ground if you're tall enough, or take a block, a book under that front foot. So your single hip is going to be closer and on the seat. Back leg is going to angle out behind you, so you can still pull those hip bones in towards the front of your room. Engage the core, firm, pressing through those feet. Checking in, I'm kind of angling my toes out a little bit too much. Finding sturdy, strong pose And then inhale, arms high here. Exhale, release, relax, shake it out. Taking to the other side. Once again, if you're on the chair, putting one hip bone and thigh onto the seat. Foot can be on the ground or on a block or a book. Stepping that back leg out on a slight angle so that your foot is angled about 45. Hip bones face in the front of your room. Strong, sturdy, engage the core. Inhale, arms tall. Exhale, release.
I'm gonna hang out here for a minute since I did the other side
you
for a
guys
while.
even it out. You want to be equal on the same side, opposite side.
Perfect. So now we're gonna run through one more flow just like that. I'll run through similar cues, so we'll stay in the pose for a little bit. So if you didn't quite get it that first time around, either pause the video and play around with it, rewind, or just listen to my cues and we'll find some comfortability in our newness. Awesome. If you'd like to stay on the chair, stay on the chair. If not, stand up and join me. On an inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step back. On your inhale, lift forward and lower halfway down. Upward facing dog, big breath in, pull the shoulders back. Downward facing dog, exhale. On an inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, press into your shins, get long. Bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into your chair. Take a big breath in to lift your heart. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, step back, lower to your knees if you need to. Upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog. Listen, pick up your right foot, step it in between your hands for warrior one. So we're gonna spin the pinky edge of our back foot down towards the mat. Firm up the thighs, so like they were pulling in towards one another. Take a deep breath in. Exhale right here. And then on your inhale, rise up nice and strong. Beautiful. Exhale, settle in here. All right, so right here, notice if your right hip is trying to pull forward or your hips are trying to square towards the length of your mat. See if you can position your stance so that both of your hips are facing the front quarters of your mat. So you're gonna have to draw that right hip bone back. Again, firm up the core. We're staying in it for just a minute. Press through the pinky edge of your left foot right now. So really get strong, ground down through the pinky edge of that foot. Feel it all the way up to your left hip flexor. Inhale, lift the arms up over your head. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat or to your blocks. Step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, big breath in. Downward facing dog. This time lift the left foot and step it in between your hands. It might take you a minute to get there. You might get halfway and then grab your left foot or your left ankle and pull it up. Spin your right heel down. Press through the pinky edge of your right foot. Now firm up those thighs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale right here. Press through your feet. Lift up. You might lose your balance. That's okay. Inhale. Exhale, settle in. Pull that left hip back in space. Press through the pinky edge of your right foot. Feel yourself make this really strong foundation from your feet up. Now gently pick up those hips towards the ribs, pointing the tailbone slightly down towards your yoga mat. Inhale to lift the arms up over your head. Exhale, start to lean forward. Take your hands down to the mat or to blocks. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Let's hang out here for a few rounds of breath. If you're in the chair, just find your breath. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Another breath here. Let it go. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees, look forward, and take as many steps to the front of your mat as you need. Halfway lift, shoulder blades pulling back. Bow forward, exhale. Bend the knees, rise up tall, press the hips forward gently, maybe incorporate a little bit of a bend here and bring your hands through heart center. Nice work today. We're gonna find our way onto our mat. If you have your chair nearby, Megan's gonna show you a nice little restorative or active Shavasana, which is a pose that we typically do at the very end of class to rest our body and kind of marinate in all of the work that we've done. So from here, if you don't have a chair, you're just gonna place your feet on the ground and slowly roll onto your back. Open your palms up, let your feet go long, and then let the soles of your feet drop towards the edges of your mat and just lie down and breathe.
If you do have your chair and you're looking for more of a constructive, if you sit at your desk a lot or you're constantly feeling some tightness in your hips, this is a great pose. It's called constructive rest. You're gonna find your way comfortably to the ground. I bring my hips closer to the seat, slowly taking one calf up to the top of the seat at a time, gently relaxing down. Once again, slowly opening those palms to the sky, slightly tucking those shoulder blades under, and allowing this chair to completely support your legs as you relax down into your Shavasana.
Staying here for as long as you have time to today. Focusing on nothing other than air moving into and out of your body. Feel the points of your body that are touching your mat. And see if with each exhale you can soften your muscles. And allow them to just slide down. Allow your bones to be heavy. Feel the back of your skull as it connects to your mat or to the ground. Bringing awareness to your spine. Feel it touch the earth. And allowing your hips to be heavy. On an inhale, feel your belly become buoyant, pulling you up away from gravity. And on an exhale, relaxing down, completely surrendering. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you feel a little pop or some cracks. And then wherever you are, just slowly coming out of it, maybe bringing the feet down to the ground and then turning your body so that you're just on the right side of your body. So maybe bringing your arm up underneath your head to make a little pillow. Take a deep breath in here. Open your mouth, clear it away. And then reluctantly, as slowly as you can, use your hands and your forearms to press yourself up and come to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. And just take a moment to feel your sits bones, the bones right underneath the fleshy part of your glutes, connecting down into the earth. Notice your breath as your belly and your chest expand and contract. And try to feel your heart beating right beneath your skin. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with love and kindness. And may you live with peace and at ease. The light in me sees, honors, and bows to the light in each of you. Thank you for choosing to practice today. Namaste.
Namaste.